Welcome back to the show. What you're looking at is Margie Davidson's knitted installation called Measuring a Year. As you can see, there are many different colors in this piece. That's for a very specific reason as well. Margie, I know we have some pictures on the floor here, and these pictures represent the colors that are in your piece because that was the time of year. That was what was happening in your life. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, definitely nature was the inspiration for this piece. And I found that as I was looking at nature every day, I started noticing more and more details. I also noticed that I got choosier and choosier about which yarns I picked as well to try and match those colors that I was seeing and experiencing.
Way up at the top, you start in whiter, or down here you have whiter colors. At the top, you have a different set of colors, and you can see how the year evolved with the colors. Did that also play into the emotions that you were feeling at the time?
Sometimes it did. Certainly the surprise of still having 3 feet of snow in my backyard on April 23rd on my birthday when I started. That was sort of the surprise element and the like wonderment that, wow, that winter was really long and look at how much snow is still here. And there was a sense of joy about experiencing the flowers as they went. And I didn't ever, I sort of got out of sync with the seasons as well. So as the work progressed, I would be remembering something. So I remember sitting on a cold day that was sort of in the middle of the fall, the leaves are just starting to color, and I was knitting the raspberries. And it was like I could almost taste the warmth and the flavor of those raspberries in the remembering of that season and how special that period time was.
So you're also drawing on those nostalgic memories to create what you wish the weather was like and what you wish was happening in your life at that time. Did you ever run out of space? And that's what I'm curious about, because right now we still have piles of your knitted installation in this bag, and that'll be unraveled soon, but where did you store it all?
It stayed in my house in like a giant heap, basically. And eventually I started in a small bag, and then I carried it around in a bigger bag, and then a bigger bag. And eventually I had to buy a hockey bag in order to keep it all in one place.
I was asking you earlier, did you ever just get sick of knitting and have those days where you didn't want to do it because every single day you have a tag and it shows how much you knitted on that particular day? You must have had days where like, you know, I'd rather go out to the park with my family, or I'd rather do something else than sit here and knit for 3 hours.
Well, it's true. I didn't always get a chance to knit for 3 hours, so other life intervened, other activities took over. But if I didn't knit, I found that I started to miss it. Because it was a pause in the day. It was a chance to sit, it was a chance to relax, to reflect on where I was. And I became accustomed to that, I think. And some days, of course, it would be 11 o'clock at night, and I would be going, oh, I better do some knitting. But I always benefited by it. I think I slept better.
Really?
Just because I sat and relaxed for an hour.
Because you were saying it started because you wanted something that was therapeutic as well as meditative.
And I wanted to be involved in an art activity that was also contemplative.
This really goes to show if you put your mind to something, you can achieve anything. This was a goal you accomplished. I'm sure the satisfaction of accomplishing this goal was definitely one of the highlights out of this whole project.
Oh yes, I remember a week before my birthday in April being quite excited to sort of realizing, oh, I've almost done it. I've almost knit every day for a year.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
High five.
Thank you.
Beautiful work, beautiful work. And will it be available for everyone to see throughout the entire festival?
Yes, and I'm still knitting on it. I want to keep going until there is one stitch for every year, every minute in that year.
Gotcha.
So I'm still knitting, and people can visit me every day at the works. I'll be here knitting as basically a knitting performance.
Well, very lovely. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on Shaw TV.